Hey, what's up guys, Marvin here. Welcome back to another video. So like I told you guys before, I wanted to do some sort of Q&A for all of the questions you guys ask. I answer all of your guys' questions on there, but some of them I think that other people would benefit from, or I just want to elaborate on it a little bit more because I don't really want to get into it super in depth in the comment section. So that's what we're going to be doing in this video, and it's going to be super loose, okay? Not as scripted. I'm just going to kind of roll with it, answer all your questions, and then we'll go from there. And if you guys have some more questions you want me to answer, just leave them in the comment section below and we'll do another one. And if I don't have any questions, then obviously I can't do another one. All right, so the first question is from Frank Del Monde. Hey Marvin, my question is, can I start with an individual account and then upgrade to a professional account when my business grows? Or do I have to start with a professional account right from the start? Now, I get the appeal of starting with the free account, the free individual account, but that account is pretty much useless, right? Because yes, if you sign up for a professional seller account, you have to pay the monthly subscription of $40. But what a lot of people don't really look into is if you do the individual account, right? You're the individual seller, you're free. You will still pay those $40, but you'll pay it in a different way. So you still have to pay all of the fees, the referral fees, the fulfillment fees, and then on top of that, you have to pay an extra $1 for every product that you sell. And you can only sell 40 units a month, and you're not gonna be eligible for the buy box, and you can't take the benefits of FBA. So you're very limited, and you're still gonna pay that $40 a month if you were to somehow sell all of the 40 units, right? So that individual account's completely useless. Always go with the professional account, even if you're just trying to make $100 a month, $500 a month, $1,000 a month. Always go with the professional account. All right, so the next one's from DIJ. Doesn't Amazon require you must have a business account in order to get paid? No, you can use a personal account and then change it later on. They might have it displayed as enter your business account. Just put your personal account, you'll be fine. All right, Paul Mendoza. Do you have your suppliers shipped directly to Amazon's warehouse, or do you send it to your home and then Amazon? Always ship it to Amazon. Every single time that you can, ship it directly to Amazon, because if we don't want to have to touch all our inventory, I don't want to have inventory in my office, I don't want to have inventory at home and then have to take it to my prepper or then ship it out directly. If you can ship it directly to Amazon, 110% of the time, do it. The only times that I would say you have to ship it to yourself is if for some reason you're gated and your supplier doesn't want to hold your inventory until you get approved from Amazon. And I guess you have to send it home, but avoid it by all means. Just send it to Amazon. It's so much easier. All right, Carlos Colon, what are some methods for getting 5-star reviews on my storefront? I have sold hundreds of products using OA in the past year, but only have one 5-star review. You can use tools like Feedback 5 or Keebly, and then that's supposed to increase your feedback. But I mean, if you're trying to get into wholesale, just focus more so on finding wholesale suppliers, finding products, and then the reviews are going to come, the feedback's going to come. I think some people blow feedback out of proportion. Yeah, it is important, and yeah, it does have a role, but you should focus more on finding the products you're going to sell. Because let's say you have 1,000 5-star reviews, but you have no products making you money. Who gives a shit, right? So focus on finding suppliers, focus on finding products, and the feedback's going to come. And if you're really concerned, then just sign up for Feedback 5 or Keebly. All right, the next one's from Ray B. What is your take on starting a wholesale business while working a full-time job? How are you able to get suppliers on board, as most people can't take phone calls during regular business hours? And if they can, it's usually lunch hours, and most suppliers would also be taking lunch. You can 110% do this business while working a full-time job. That's how I got started. Granted, it is so much harder to do it when you do have a full-time business, just because it does require you to get creative with your time, okay? You can't really mess around. And yeah, in my lunch hour, I did call suppliers multiple times to set up accounts. And if you don't want to take me as an example, here's one of my students, Abdullah, who actually works a full-time job and managed to do over 3,000 in sales in his first month of being in the course. So you can 110% do this while you work a full-time job. It's going to require more effort and for you to get creative with your time. If you can't hack it, then yeah, it's best to quit. Happiness comes first. Wise words from the nose picker. All right, Marvin, is it a good idea to jump into products with big sellers? It seems like all the products I see that have potential and pass the criteria to be good products have at least one big seller. So I'm assuming this person's asking, and they're talking about like sellers like e-tails or Multipacks that are huge sellers that everybody knows about. It doesn't really matter if they're on the listing as long as you can still make money. I have sold besides e-tails and still made the same profit that I was making. And then again, I've sold besides e-tails, but I was on that listing first. They showed up and completely tanked the price because obviously they're one of the biggest sellers on the platform, so they can buy a ton more inventory than me and get a price much cheaper. But I waited them out. Once they sold out, I just kept selling the way I was. And if they're already on there and you show up and you see the data is consistent and you know how to do proper product research, who cares? If they're on there, you can still make the money. Just because they're on there doesn't mean to brush them off or brush that product off. All right, so when there's a potential product, but there's no FBA presence, no prime, only FBM, how do I set up my price? Should I match theirs? Thank you for your reply. If there's no FBA presence and you're the only FBA seller coming on, then for sure bump the price up. You can bump it up about 10, 20%. If you get much higher than that, sometimes you can still make sales, but if you get much higher than that, then sometimes you don't get those sales. That actually just happened to me. I was the only FBA seller left and I bumped it up about 40%. I got like one sale and then I didn't get any more sales, and the buy box was being controlled by FBM sellers, so I had to bump the price back down. But yeah, for sure, if you're the one FBA seller, for sure bump the price above all the FBM sellers because you're going to take priority over them. All right, multi-packs and bundles. Does Amazon's prep service handle that aspect? I missed that memo, or do you focus only on profitable single items? Yeah, actually, Amazon's prep service does handle multi-packs and bundles, but it's still going to require some sort of prep on your part or some sort of prep on your supplier's part, or if you're going to use a third-party prepper, then they can handle the whole thing. But what you need to do with multi-packs and bundles is that you need to ask your supplier to bundle them together using a rubber band, for example. If it's a 3-pack, just get that rubber band, wrap it around the 3 units, and then put a do not separate sticker on it. Once you send it that way to Amazon, if there's any additional prep, Amazon will handle it. You can send multi-packs and bundles loose and tell Amazon it's a multi-pack and it's supposed to be packaged together. But if you send it that way and Amazon, for some reason, one of the workers doesn't do it properly, they're not going to take responsibility for it. So sending those into Amazon's prep service, you need to do some sort of prep beforehand yourself. And if your supplier doesn't want to do it, then you need to send it to your house, and then you need to do it and then ship it out. All right, guys, but that is the Q&A. Those are the questions that I had that I think you guys wanted to hear. If you guys have more questions, then make sure to leave them down below and tell me if you guys like this sort of structure of the video. It's a little more loose. It's a little more just kind of raw, and we just kind of hang out. Before we go, I do want to give a quick shout out to Sam Palumbo and Wellington Payano. They always comment on every single video, and I always like seeing their comments because I know every time they release a video, I know they're going to comment on there and help me with the algorithm. So shout out to those guys. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any more questions, leave them down below. And if you guys don't like the frame of this camera, then just let me know too, and we'll go back to the regular stuff and script it all. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one.